All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to get into a variety of topics, but this first one is going to be spicy. That's for sure. I know some of you are going to be a little triggered by this topic, but there is potentially a way to get a Tesla Model Y for a low price of $36,490 in the great state of California. And so we'll talk about it, right? Because there's other states, there's there's the $7,500 tax credit, of course, that almost a lot of people do qualify for. And then there's also state incentives that where I'm drawing, this inspiration for this video and this topic, I'm drawing from another article, which I'll show, and also another YouTuber that made something very similar. But there are ways, and I know a lot of buyers out there are California, like where we are at right now. And there's a lot of state incentives as well. So we'll talk about some of that and how you could potentially get a cheap, low, inexpensive Tesla Model Y for $36,490. So of course we're gonna get into that, plus a variety of topics. And of course on these live streams there's Q&A. So if you want to drop any questions in the chat, we'll happily get to that later on during this video. And so, we'll just expand, because I know there's a lot of people that are on the fence with buying a Tesla or just bought a Tesla. And so there's tons of great topics out there that maybe we can turn into a video as well. But before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. Thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon, down below in the description if you want to support the channel. And thank you to my newest Patreon members, Billy, Michael, Greg, Jacob, and Spike. Thank you all for supporting. Thank you all for joining. If you want to check it out, down below in the description, there's a good amount of benefits. All right, so let's just jump into it. Do I sleep? Yeah, exactly right. So we will get into it. Tesla Model Y, the market, we can talk briefly about what the current inventory situation looks like. Spoiler alert, vehicles are selling, and vehicles are selling fast. We were at 240 Tesla Model Ys, give or take, not too long ago, and now we are down to 126. PSA, all Tesla Model Ys qualify for that $7,500 tax credits if you yourself qualify. And the other PSA to that is that maybe it could go away in March. We don't know if it's a March 1st thing or a March 30th, but there's 126 Tesla Model Ys available for sale you can see here. I'm waiting for Tesla. We also know that Tesla does not, post, they definitely manipulate their inventory online. So of course they probably have more than 126 Tesla Model Ys available. But this one, I just want to briefly show this. This stuck out to me, right? Because something looks off right here. And if you can tell right away, because I certainly can, but here's two Tesla Model 3 all-wheel drives, standard range versions, both in the same exact configuration. One's going to Maryland and the other one's going to Washington, but there's a $500 difference. So this one has the old price, give or take, and I just clicked it not too long ago, and it's still available for sale. I bet if I hit refresh right now, it might certainly disappear. But if you're in the Maryland area, you want one that's a pre-production Tesla Model Y that could be coming, like here you go right here. But so let's get into the topic of this video, right? I know some of you are gonna, flame me for sure. You're gonna be like, that's not actually a $36,490, but well, it's possible. It's possible. It certainly could be to some of you out there, especially if you're someone you in California. But this is where we all start. Of course, we take a base price or the cheapest Model Y that exists right now. So we won't even use this anomaly 50,990. We'll use the 51,490 because that's more easily obtainable. So there's 36 of them right here in California. And so, well, first, let me give credit where credit's due. Shout out to Ryan Shaw. He made this video. Of course, he's got really good titles and really good thumbnails and topics and everything. He probably does, a way better coherent job than me just rambling out like topics. So definitely check him out. He's got really good content. I would say he's probably one of the better YouTubers, the Tesla YouTubers out there. If we were to take a look at all of them, him and of course, Andy Slay. Anyways, but yeah, this is where I got the inspiration from. And this is where he referenced it from. This article from Inside EVs talks about a Portland, Oregon incentive that stacks with the federal tax credit that might get you a Model 3 for $27,000. But we're not about Model 3 here, right? We talk about the Model Y because the Model Y is probably the more sold vehicle here. It seems like whenever I do Model Y videos, it does a lot better, but this is where it actually comes into play. So let's say you take a Model Y that's base standard range 51,490, and we've done this plenty of times before in the past. If you minus the $7,500 tax credit, that brings it down to a price of $43,990. Of course, there are certain ways that you have to qualify for that tax credit, right? Like income limits, and you have to have the tax out. Basically, to sum it up, to make it easiest as possible for people, if you are a W-2 employee that makes anywhere from $75,000 a year to $150,000 a year, even if you make a little bit more than $150,000, there's ways to get around that, to hack your income, so to speak, to get under there. Then you qualify for the full $7,500 tax credit, and you'll get it back when you file for your taxes in 2024. Or you could use sponsors of the channel like Tenet down below in the description, where you can defer and have a really low monthly payment for your Tesla. You can defer that $7,500 till next year, and you get that tax credit there. A shout out to Tenet for sponsoring some of the videos this month, but check that link down below in the description. But anyways, then we get to a price. If you take the base price of $51,390 right here, you minus the $7,500 tax credit, we get to a price of $43,990. And then you take that $43,990. I wish I put something on the page here, but you take that $43,990 minus another $7,500, and that other extra $7,500 comes from the California Clean Vehicle Rebate Project. And the $7,500 is actually for low income applicants. And before you get on me and say like low income, it's like really low, it's like not even possible to get there, there are certainly ways around that, right? There are people that own businesses. There's maybe 1099 contractors, that have a lot of write-offs, that maybe Uber drivers. There's ways to take advantage of these programs. Talk to a business planner, or maybe even a CPA professional or something, to help you out, hook you up on how you can plan and strategize to get this CVRP program. But anyways, looking at down to some of the eligible the comments for the CVRP, you can see right here, here's the income limits. It's one household size for $54,000. If you make less than that, you qualify for the $7,500, and then it goes down for all this stuff all the way up to a household size of 8. So I mean, if there's a will, there's a way. If you have proper planning, if you have ways to reduce income, stuff like that, then you can certainly get it. I know I just spoke to someone this past week that is buying a Model Y Performance, and they figured out a way, and they're paying cash for it. So if there's a will, there's a way. I guess I want to show this to you guys, that there's certain programs out there that you might not be aware of, and even if you can't qualify for the full extra $7,500 rebate on the CVRP for the Tesla Model 3 and the Model Y, here are the normal programs for the CVRP, which we heard yesterday. A little birdie came to us and said that the CVRP program might actually be going up to $5,000. And so, right now it's only $2,000. So that's $5,000 is almost good as $7,500. It's not as good as $7,500, but if you were to do that, then a Model Y would be $38,490. And here are the qualifications for that. If you're single, you got to make $135,000, head of household $175, and joint filers, married couples, spouses, all that stuff, $200,000. So there's two basically great, fantastic programs. And on top of that, like, even if you were able to, line both of those up absolutely perfectly and get it squared away, there's also, on top of that, there's also, utility incentives as well. Here's a great site, drivecleanca.gov. It goes into all the different incentives that are out there. And I'm pretty sure Tesla has a website as well. I'm not sure how good it is, but yeah, here we go. Here's another one. Electric vehicle solar incentives. Check out this website. There's a ton on this page. You can see all the different states right here. So I think someone said Texas. We can take a quick look here and see like what states are here, and you can click through, read around, Google, all that stuff, and try and figure out, what extra sweet money you can get to get a low, inexpensive Tesla Model 3 or Model Y for $36,000 to $38,000. I know tons of you would love that. That would really make it worth it, on top of like the electric car savings, the maintenance savings, the gas savings if you're not using a supercharger. But the one thing is, though, I do give a caveat. All that other stuff is, your savings charging for sure when you're buying a Tesla, but insurance is 100% more expensive than a normal car. So definitely check out if you're interested. I just want, a quick tip on how to get the Tesla Model Y for a low price. And shout out to Ryan Shaw for sure for, inspiring this type of video. And then, of course, Inside EVs for writing an article on that. So yeah. We're going to get into the comments and some of the questions, but before we get into that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, so definitely check it out down below in the description. Tea break. But yeah, we will get into the comments and the questions. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for jumping into on the stream. Let's see. What else we got? I was going to make another video. It's been an interesting time, that's for sure. A lot of price increases. I really feel like Tesla will continue to keep increasing the price day by day, week by week. And so we'll get into another quick topic, and then we'll kind of just chill and answer some of the questions in the chat that you all have. But welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to jump into this next topic in which it looks like the White House has asked and admitted to Tesla and Elon that they need help with a charging infrastructure. So what does that mean to us, right? Like, well, it means that supercharging will start to open up probably more quickly if Elon and Tesla agree. And so that will really have effect. If you, have not purchased your Tesla yet, or if you've purchased it pretty recently, you might have noticed that Tesla superchargers can get quite busy during certain times, and especially during holiday times and commutes and stuff like that. So we're going to jump into it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. So let's jump into this. I want to kind of dive into this article together. Let's see. Shout out to Tesla Roddy. The White House finally admits that they need Tesla and Elon Musk help. So it looks like this is all in line with how when Tesla CEO Elon, of course, met with senior House White officials right before that that price increase, right? When the Model Y long range went up $1,500, the Model Y performance went up $1,000. That literally happened, like a few days after that. So, not only did Elon and the White House officials talk about, this charging network that they need to expand, include more non-Tesla vehicles, as it said right here. Quote, the White House finally admitted they can't push sustainability forward at the rate they'd like without Tesla and Musk. And so Elon probably, played some chess here. He probably said, you know what, push out the the qualifications for that IRS tax credit, the $7,500 tax credit, in which the battery and the manufacturing guidelines of which vehicles will actually qualify for the full $7,500 tax credit. And Elon probably asked him, hey, you know what, push that to the end of the year, and maybe we'll talk about opening up the supercharger network, because that's what I feel like could potentially happen. And so that's why I've created a poll for tomorrow. These are the options. It said, March 2023 is coming soon. What do you think is going to happen? And, we don't know whether if Tesla is going to qualify for the full $7,500 tax credit. Rumors have been for a while that the Model Y will only qualify for half, that $3,750, but we don't know when that's happening in March. But there's a good chance now that maybe Elon asked for a favor essentially to push that, because if that happens, then Tesla can continue to double down on all these crazy sales with basically the market and the inventory depleting, and that was basically still continue their production and selling of the Model Ys and Model 3s. And because if they continue to follow with that $7,500 discount or $7,500 tax credit, demand for these vehicles will still continue to double down, and they can continue to keep raising the price. I think we'll probably know if Tesla continues to keep raising the price of the Model Y $1,000 or $500, $1,000 every single week, like I'm predicting, then we basically know for sure that Tesla will qualify for the $7,500 tax credit, this part of the set website right here, because there'd be no point to keep raising the price, and then if they lost on the $7,500 tax credit, they would just have to bring it right back down. So I certainly think this meeting was good for Tesla, right? Maybe not good for the pricing of the Model Y because it will certainly just keep going up, but definitely some, macro elements for sure. We can see like what's going on if we look at Tesla as a whole. But let me know what's your thoughts on it. Do you think the prices are going to keep going up? Do you think Tesla is probably going to keep, get that $7,500 tax credit as they will continue to, or do you think something else is happening on the sidelines? But if we're going to jump into the comments, some of the questions. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down in the description is a Patreon link. I'm trying to cut that real short just to, I'll try and be more succinct on that because I know some of you, are like whatever about it essentially. And you just want to come here for the content. But let's go into some of the questions. Michael, welcome. Petters, do I ever sleep? Yeah, I got good 8 hours of sleep last night. Hello, Denny Nocturnal. Jake Anderson, welcome. Why is there not much Tesla Model Y available in Texas? That's a good question. Someone actually scheduled a call with me down below in the description yesterday and asked me that same question. Like, what's going on? It seems like no Model Ys are available. It's like, I guess they're producing Model Ys and quickly shipping them across the country ASAP. I don't have a theory, but I would love to hear someone else's theory on that. Like, I guess maybe there's just no demand in Texas. I have no idea. Eric, what up? Y versus 3 performance thoughts? That's a good question. I would say just get the Y performance. The Y performance, both vehicles are great and fantastic, and both of them are at their lowest price it's ever been. If you look at this like price history chart, the Model Y performance has never been this low at $58,000. And the Model 3 performance has, never been this low either. It looks like the closest it ever was before this was like 54, 55, and now it's at 54. So definitely cool. Dennis, you know of any tax incentives for Illinois? I would say check out this website. Let's see here. This is on tesla.com/support/incentives. And you could probably figure out where Illinois is and then see. This is a good starting point, I would say. Yeah, right here. New electric vehicles application must be postmarked by January 31st. So it looks like it just ended, like literally a week ago. Okay, never mind then. Let's move on. Literally going to pick up our first Tesla today. Nice. I came across your video about the CVRP, which excited me even more with the potential of another rebate. Woohoo! Nice. Congrats. Yeah, it's a slick deal. That's for sure. Love the videos. Just got a Model S Plaid in blue. Can't wait for your X reveal. Yeah, thank you. Congrats on your Plaid. That's a nice car. What's the Portland, Oregon incentive timeframe? I got my Model 3 in September last year. I actually don't know. Let's take a look. It's probably, I would just take a look at it because each program is, of course, different, has like different timelines and dates and all that stuff. So certainly take a look. Any rebates for Texas? Yeah, we looked in that. Basically, check out this website. If you're in the Central Valley in California, you get another $3,000 rebate with the Valley Air Pollution District. Wow, that's like stacking on stacking on stacking. What is that, like a $33,000 Model Y potentially? That is not bad at all. Is that other $7,500 rebate out already for CVRP? Not yet. L for clickbaiting. Thank you. Thanks for joining in. It's possible. I mean, all I gotta say is if there's a will, there's a way. Like, it's not hard at all to register cars in other states if you follow exactly what needs to be done. So, Yao FOMO is gonna buy a house in New Jersey, and we're all gonna get electric vehicles and not pay any sort of sales tax on them. That's for sure. Michael, welcome. Thank you. Yalfama, welcome. Be Rich, do you think the CVRP will update on 28th? Yep. And I would say do not apply for the CVRP until after the 28th. Doesn't apply to Model Y. If you fall under the San Joaquin air pollution, you get another 3,300 or 3,000 off your car. So Model 3 around 26, 27, and Model Y for 33, 34. Love it. Thank you for coming in and dropping that notch. 3,000 air rebates good for S3, X, and Y. Are you kidding me? Wow. That is sick, actually. That's really nice. I need to do that. Order the Y on January 17th. The delivery date just got pushed back to March 11th to 31st. Tough. It's getting close. But, I have faith. There's got to be a reason why Tesla keeps increasing the price of these, vehicles. And I think they probably have it in the bag that, They probably got in the bag that, the 7500 is locked in, like the Tesla Model Y is not, getting it. And that's why, if you notice, the Model 3 has not had any sort of price changes at all. It's just kind of, well, of course, they've just gotten down, but the Model Y keeps creeping up here and there. So if I were to bet on it, Model Y is getting $7,500 tax credit. Model 3 probably getting $3,750, and then they're going to whack the price of the Model 3 standard range right then and there. Didn't you say to get the full 7,500 credit, you have to make around 70K, but then the other 75 credits but the other 7,500 credits at 55K income limit. How would that work? That's a good point. That's a really good point. Well, you would have to basically be a family of 2 and kind of work this. Maybe 2 plus 2 kids, you're like right here, and then there's definitely Will's way. You might not be able to max it fully, but of course, I'm not in that situation, so I don't know how to play that game with numbers right now for that. No extra incentive for Nevada and Las Vegas. Vegas has the Tesla tunnel. Yeah, there's your incentive. Ohio. Let's take a look. This is a great website. I would say I don't know if it's a great website actually. It's a good starting point. That's for sure. Where is Ohio? Ohio. Can't find it. Oh, well, can't find it. But yeah, it's a good starting point. Go to tesla.com/support/incentives, and then you can take a look and see where it's at. Thoughts on supercharging a lot? Is it bad for the battery? Trying to take advantage of the supercharger miles I got? I'll just do it. Like that's basically what I'm doing right now, because I've got 4 more months of supercharging, like 28,000 miles, and I'm just trying to use as many as possible. But I don't even drive, I'm not driving that car a lot yet, but I will be soon. Is FSD worth the price? No. What happens to the 7,500 in March? I made a video about it. Check it out in check it out on the other channel. Check it out on the channel, not the other channel. California, here's the page. Yep, California rebates. California rebates. But yeah, it's definitely, there's ways to stack it. I mean, if we were to kind of mimic what Ryan Shaw did with his video, I had no idea about that other San Joaquin, but you can get close. You can't get close for as close as what Oregon is, but you can certainly get a lot pretty close to that. So we'll run through that as well. But welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, in this next topic, we're going to talk about how cheap we can get a Model 3 standard range in California with all the incentives that we've talked about. And so we will add it up. And of course, this is inspiration from Ryan Shaw's video and of course, Inside EV. So we'll briefly take a look at it. And so right here, this is the inspiration. He made a video about how you can get a $27,000 Model 3 in Portland, Oregon, or whatever the state is. But of course, a lot of the viewers I know for sure are from California. And so here's that same article where it dissects into it a little bit more for Oregon. But this is actually how you do it. And it's the way I guess it's a video specifically for California owners. And I know we just found out there's a ton of incentives that you can stack on top of that as well. But we'll start at the baseline here. So of course, Tesla Model 3 right now, starting price is $43,490. So if you take that, you minus the $7,500 tax credit, of course, it's not line for line. You get that when you get back on your taxes. That brings it down to $35,990. And then if you do qualify for the CVRP enhanced rebate for a low income, depending on your family size, you can see some of the income breakdowns right here. That's an extra $7,500 off, which brings it down to a low price, adjusted price of $28,490 in California only if you both qualify for those programs. There's tons of other extra local, state utility rebates and stuff like that as well. We just heard about one that's an extra $3,000 for the San San Joaquin area. So that brings it down. If you were to get that, a $3,000 incentive, that brings it down to a $25,490 Tesla Model 3. So definitely really expensive. And so there's a lot of incentives out there. I would say if you're going to be buying an EV now, it doesn't seem like much like timing it goes into play, but there's a lot of research, there's a lot of applications. Like I'm just finishing up like a Los Angeles utility, $1,000 for installing a charger right now, and there's a lot of steps, that's for sure. You got to make sure the installer has permits and all that stuff. You've got to get a permit yourself. You have to do a final inspection on that permit, and then after all of that, you have to apply and send the application. So there's definitely some hoops, and just like any of these rebate programs, there's hoops, but the payout is definitely worth it. Like I've done CVRP twice because I was able, I had great timing, luckily, with my applications in 2019 and like 2021. But I do remember that the CVRP it can take a bit. Like I think it was like 90 to 120 day turnaround. So it can definitely be a little bit. But yeah, we're going to jump into some of the comments and some of the questions. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including a couple of credit unions with rates as low as 2.5 to 3.2 to even 4% from 60 to 80 months. So definitely check out if you're interested, but more on that later. All right, so let's jump back into the comments and to the questions. Then we're just going to hang out. You guys can throw whatever, comments and questions you want. But there's deals for sure across the board. Do not take delivery in California unless it becomes available on the CVRP website. No, you can take delivery. It's just as long as you're within that 90-day turnaround time frame. It's perfectly fine. Are all-wheel drive models quicker to deliver than long-range or P? The all-wheel drive Model Y, yes. About 2023 in 2022, then I couldn't get tax credit. Yeah, it does not retro all the way back to 2022. The current tax $7,500 federal tax credit retros to the 1st of January. If you anything before that, and unfortunately doesn't. There is some rumblings about, because the tax code says like placed in service, and what's the definition of that? I've thought about making a video about that, but I feel like I need to talk to a CPA on that because that gets really into the weeds of that. And so if there's any CPAs out there that want to maybe get on a live interview, and we can talk it out and hash it out about that, and what, get your feedback on it. Actually, there actually was a CPA that scheduled a call with me like 2 months ago. Maybe I should reach out to them and see if they want to get on camera. But if there's any CPAs that want to talk about that, because potentially how the wording is worded, you could maybe say you placed it in service in 2023, even though you bought it in 2022. Well, I don't know. I'm not even gonna say anything about that because I don't want to say something wrong and then it's not good. For California, it looks like Southern California and Edison offer lower rates for electric vehicle owners. Something to look at. Yeah, for sure. I'm interested in getting Model 3 long range, but I feel like it's in limbo with being a lot more expensive than the rear-wheel drive Model Y. It just feels like I'm being gypped going with the LR. Yeah, I would say go with the if I were to do it again, Model Y all-wheel drive standard range, and I would try and get that lower $50,990 price, but who knows. The Model Y performance went up $1,000 2 hours after I placed the deposit. Nice, congrats. Given the lower price and used application, it was cost-effective to get the standard range. Yeah, standard range is for sure. Now finding out California State might increase the rebate to $5,000, even more cost-effective. Yeah, that would be sick if it actually comes out. Is this it right here? No, this is the, okay, this is the old one. I was about to say, like, did they already update the site? That'd be sick. But yeah, no, it's not out yet. For the price is good than I wanted for the 358. It doesn't qualify, since it's 50 around 50K, it doesn't qualify for C price. Are we getting it Model Y? Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Dennis, how's your GTR been for you? That GTR was sold a long time ago. We upped it for 6 months, which is kind of a curse. I've had 2 GTRs now, and I've kept them both for 6 months, and I just kind of just spin out and get bored of them, and then I sell them. For the rebate, it reads that the MSRP has to be less than $45,000. Does that count in with extra added extras such as is color enhanced autopilot. That I've been hearing mixed things about. Because I read that as like base MSRP, but some people say it's like the options. I actually really don't know. I would just say apply. I mean, it doesn't hurt to apply, right? It just takes time, and then see what if they push back on you or not with that. But yeah, just a chill stream. Thanks for jumping in. Thanks for hopping around. It's been pretty quiet today, I would say, within the Tesla world. Not much has been going on. In terms of like inventory, seems pretty stagnant. That one vehicle, the Model Y that was glitched, I would say, at a low price of $50,490 or $50,990 has been sold already. And so, yeah, it's... Submit a rebate application within 3 months after the date of purchase to be eligible for rebate. The vehicle must be on the eligibility list. Yes, exactly. You have a 90-day turnaround time. You just mentioned credit unions offering 3% or so. My credit union is in the 5. I financed through Tesla to plan to refi soon. Will you share which credit union at 3%? So there's plenty of videos on the channel that go through credit unions like that. And also, we're probably going to make an updated one maybe next week. Because a lot of them also raise the rates as well. But if you don't want to wait, there's a Patreon link down below in the description where you can get access to my buying doc that has all the credit unions that I've got like a list of 6 of them right now. Any other rebates for a different state that you can show us or information on how to search for it right here. Tesla.com/support/incentive is probably not the best site, but it's a good jump off point, I would say, to start. Nevada extra incentives are only for adding level 2 charging in your home, and they pay up to 75% of your charging install. Okay, not bad, not bad. 75% is pretty good because I'm just finishing up right now, and wall box was $650, installation was like $400 give or take, so that puts me at $1,050. Permit was another $100, so that's $1,150, and LA is supposed to pay for $1,000, but we will see. I always get nervous because like the rules actually says like you must get permit, you must get application, and then permit must be, approved. The work must be approved by an inspector. And I just don't know how, strict some of these inspectors are. So we will see. Park Community Credit Union is doing 2.15 Valentine rate right now. All right. Coming in with some knowledge. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Is it easy? My questions are, is it easy to join? Ooh, limited time. How long is how long is limited time? No way. 2.14, 26 to 17 months? No, only valid. Hey, come on, man. Only valid Kentucky and Indiana residents. Well, now you need a address there. But no, thanks for coming in. Hopefully anybody watching that's Kentucky and Indiana, you just got hooked up for sure. Season Ocean just came in and dropped some great knowledge for you all. Ordered a Model Y and it was less than 55K. I think Tesla probably satisfied the performance orders over mine. Do you know if it's still possible to get performance for March? Tough. That's we don't know. That's for sure. My Tower for credit union approved rate is 3.24. I heard they bump this down to 2.9 when I set up automatic payments. Anyone know if this is true? Ask them. Call them. Ask them for sure. CVRP says we're not eligible if we take delivery of the Tesla before it is added to CVRP website. That's not what it says, but maybe there's an updated one. Let's take a look, because the one thing with CVRP is they changed this thing. Like they've changed it like 3 or 4 times already. Well, let's see. After once you may submit the application, you should be fine as long as you don't apply until after the 28th. I would say just wait till the 28th, but I mean, I guess it's yeah. They could change at any moment. Is the screen protector worth it? Mud flap, any accessory that's a must for Model Y? I would say mud flaps is a must for the Model Y because the front rims will kick up rocks and hit the side. Thanks to you, I got proof for TCFU at 3.49. Thank you. No, thank you for coming in and dropping that insight and experience. And thank you for saying thank you. I love it. Hopefully enjoy and hopefully take a delivery of your Tesla soon, or maybe you've already had already, but I'm glad I was able to help out and hook it up. Liquid requirements part 2 at number 7. Maybe here we go, this part, because that would be interesting. But from what emails have said, let me see if my screenshot here, no, it says that you can take it, but yeah, I guess who knows, it could be different. I'll have to dive into that a little bit more and then get back to you on that. Maybe it's here. No. Do you have to receive this before March or by the end of the March? Do you have to take delivery? Yeah, you have to take delivery if for this, which I guess which one we're talking about. If we're talking about $7,500 federal tax credit, you do have to take delivery. Well, you have to basically take delivery before the IRS and Treasury release any of sort of their updated guidelines. But yeah, that's really all I had, guys. Thanks for jumping in. Light day, that's for sure. No big Tesla news, I would say. It's been pretty quiet. I certainly feel like, well, I mean, it is Super Bowl weekend, so everybody enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the game if you're going to be watching it. We're going to be chilling. We'll probably be back tomorrow. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, because I don't think I can come back tomorrow night. So we'll have to figure out when will be the best time to jump on live. But thanks for watching. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for hitting the like button in the chat. I will be announcing the giveaway winner on my community page, which is right here. I'll be probably announcing it tonight, 7:30. I'll probably just tag the user or whatever. So look out for that. And of course, another PSA, there has been a scammer that is commenting on videos saying you've been shortlisted or something. Do not interact with them. Here's a example of one of those scammers. Do not interact with them. Do not send any money. If for any giveaway, of course, I will be paying for it, or the company will be paying for the shipping and all that stuff. So do not send money anywhere, please, with that. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. Check out the links below if you want to support the channel, including the Patreon link. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.